My name is Enda Costello. I'm chairman of the club here, and I'd like to welcome everyone here today, all our distinguished guests. We're gathered here today to unveil a plaque to a great son of Nenagh, a man who dedicated his life to the quest for peace both in this country and abroad. I'd especially like to welcome some of Father Alec's classmates. I know we've Patrick Tracy here, we've Colonel Flannan Cleary. George Cardiff is a classmate, I don't think he's here, and Vincent Brennan. We also have here today members of his Crow Cup team. We have Matt Hassett, Sean is here, is Pat here, and Ger Lewis. We have representatives here today from the Catholic Church, Church of Ireland, the Redemptorists and the Christian Brothers, and I'd like to welcome you all very much here today. And we also have representatives here from the Tipperary County Board, Michael Burke and Sean Nugent. Thank you very, very much for your generosity and for being here today. Before I move on to the next stage, I'd just like to make a special word of thanks to one of our own presidents, Jimmy Morris. Jimmy has put Trojan work into arriving where we are today with this plaque to unveil. He's not getting any younger as Jimmy, but he has put every ounce of energy he has into contacting classmates, old hurling mates, old friends and so on to get them here today. So maybe a round of applause for Jimmy Morris, please. So the next step is I'll ask Jimmy just to come up and just say a few words to you. Okay, thank you.
Covered some of the stuff I had written down here. Now, in the Crow Cup, there was two people that I couldn't find out or ascertain whether they're alive or with us or whatever, and the two names are Paddy O'Donovan and Michael Devine. So if I have omitted them or didn't get in contact with them, I apologise. Now, I want to say something about this plaque. When it was presented to us in Belfast, and the Tipperary team played Antrim in a challenge, the Céad Míle Fáilte that were received that day, both at the Clonard Monastery and at Corrigan Pair, was overwhelming. It left a big imprint on me. Now, I'll be short. I won't be long on this now, but if anyone is interested in a few things that mightn't appear in other print about Father Alec, it was something I'd done myself a few months ago, and there's some of it there. Now, as we all know, and as Enda has just said, this man, God bless him, was a great son of Nenagh, Tipperary and Ireland. He is without doubt one of Ireland's most valued sons, and it is to be hoped in the not too distant future his hometown of Nenagh will have a lasting memorial to remind future generations of the legacy left by a truly gifted and inspired man. An excerpt from some of the people who paid a lot of tributes to Father Alec when he passed on. Martin McGuinness. Alec Reid was a man of great dignity. His service to society embodied decency and respect for all. And the two of them are now on the greatest stage of all. God rest them. And thank you all very much.
Thank you, Jimmy. And now, without further ado, I'll call on Pat Tracy, a classmate, who will say a few words and will then unveil the plaque. Thank you.
Good evening. I feel very privileged to have been invited by Nenagh Éire to participate in today's ceremony. and, as a native of Nenagh and classmate of the late Alec Reid, wish to express thanks to Antrim County Board and Tipperary County Board GAA for their generous and significant gift, and Nenagh Éire for providing a permanent home for this memorial plaque. Following its recent development works, Nenagh Christian Brothers and the school's management committee named one of its new rooms in Alec's memory. And today's ceremony and book launch are a further and richly deserved acknowledgement of his enormous contribution to the cause of peace and reconciliation on this island. By the time Alec sat for his leaving certificate examination, he was one of only 11 students who progressed to that grade in 1949. His elevation to the secondary school coincided with the arrival of the late Brother J.T. Harris as principal, and who was to become a major and hugely positive influence on the boys. 3 of the 11, including Alec, entered the priesthood, and the remaining 8 went on to secure careers in different areas. Alec was very popular in our group, but differed somewhat from his classmates in that even as a teenager he presented as older and more serious-minded than the others. This did not inhibit him from engaging in sports, particularly hurling, in which he excelled, and other pastimes engaged in by the pupils. These included the presentation in the town hall of a drama entitled Nothing in His Life, under the auspices of the Gaelic League, and in which Alec played the part of a traveller. Thankfully, in these simple pre-television days, it was easy to satisfy an audience. Sorry about this. We'll get there. We're off again. Sorry about that. The following excerpt from Tim Pat Coogan's book, Wherever Green is Worn, assesses Alec's contribution to peace in Northern Ireland. Father Alec, he wrote, Father Alex Reid began a series of contacts between Adams and other various Irish political and church leaders, which ultimately led to the IRA ceasefire of the 31st of August 1994 and to its resumption in 1996 after breakdown in February of that year. Father Reid showed not only rare initiative, but great courage and endurance in his dealings with the tough and turbulent actors in this drama on both sides of the religious divide. Loyalist paramilitaries, as well as Republicans, came to trust him. Over the past century, thousands of students have been prepared for life by the Christian Brothers in Nenagh. No one achieved more for the public good than Alec. I hope that the memory of this extraordinary man will continue to be acknowledged and enhanced into the future. Thank you very much. I might need the assistance of a good contractor to do this job.
One on the right. Sorry, the left.
No. Like it's off this.
That's nothing. You can stick it with it.
Thank you very much, Pat. Very good. Now that concludes the unveiling of the plaque. We have photographers here. If Oran is here and O'Sullivan, if anyone, Catherine is also with their camera, if anyone would like to get their photographs taken with the plaque, we also have a cup of tea and refreshments inside if anyone would like a cup of tea before you head on to the book launch. Okay, thank you very much everyone for attending. Thank you.